Hey, what's up, guys? It's Rocco. Now, aside from baseball, my second favorite sport is college basketball. So today, Selection Sunday, to me, is the best singular sports day of the year for me. Super Bowl Sunday can go pound sand. This is the day right here. The bracket has been announced. It's on all the websites. I have ESPN pulled up. I am looking at this beautifully constructed bracket here. I am ready to fill out my bracket. And what makes it really exciting for me is when you have a dog in the fight like I do. I make no bones about it. I am a Texas Tech homer all the way, guns up, 4-1, all of that. Just letting y'all know right up, I am a Tech homer all the way, and we're really good. So that makes my enjoyment of the tournament and filling out brackets even more exciting than it was in the past when we were terrible. But I'm ready to fill this thing out. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Let's start out with the East region. I'm going to do it round by round. Obviously, Duke, number one seed. Clearly. Whoever's coming out of that has no chance against Duke here. I mean, Zion Williamson, he came back with a vengeance in the ACC tournament. Okay, VCU and Central Florida. I've seen VCU play once this year. I wasn't too impressed. Not a big sample size to go on, but UCF has a 7'6" center, and they have really good guard play to go along with it. So I'm going to go UCF. I'm tempted here. Liberty looks like a pretty solid team. I saw them win their conference tournament championship game. But I'm going Mississippi State in it. I'm trying my best to not overdo it on the upsets. Virginia Tech, St. Louis. I got to go chalk on this one as well, Virginia Tech. Now, Maryland, decent team. Belmont or Temple. Belmont's going to win that game on Tuesday, no doubt about it. Belmont is for real. Whenever one of these small conference mid-major teams gets a lot of hype and they start getting ranked and everything, I always make it a point to try to check out a game or two from them to see what all the fuss is about. Yeah, Belmont's the real deal. They're really well coached. They can shoot the lights out. I'm feeling Belmont in that one. LSU and Yale. As much as I really, really badly want to pick Yale in this, because TCU and all their off-the-court issues is concerning me. But my God, LSU is talented, though. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go LSU on this one. Sorry, Yale. Man. Because like when all these teams with off-the-court issues come up, and you think it's going to be a concern, and sometimes they either flame out immediately or they have kind of an us against the world mentality and then go on to do amazingly. I mean, look at Iowa State in the Big 12 tournament. They had like locker room drama, and then they go into the Big 12 tournament and they win the whole damn thing. So I think that's probably, yeah, I'm going LSU. Okay. Louisville, Minnesota. Haven't really watched a ton from either of these teams. I'm feeling Minnesota. No particular reason why. I'm just feeling the 10 seed there. And, of course, Michigan State just beat Michigan today. And Tom Izzo's team's in the tournament. I mean, what else can you say? Okay, let's go down to the West here. Gonzaga, obviously. Syracuse, Baylor. No doubt Syracuse. For 2 reasons. I mean, even when Syracuse is kind of down, like they're always a threat in the tournament because that 2-3 matchup zone, just if you haven't seen it before, it just provides so many issues to the other team. And in the Big 12, there's not another team that plays in a similar style as Syracuse. And the other reason I'm picking against Baylor is because I thought of picking them as gross. I can't do it. Marquette, Murray State. I'm going Murray State. They have an amazing player. His first name's Jaw. I have a feeling we'll all know there'll be a household name by the end of the tournament. This Murray State team is pretty solid. I'm going with the 12 there. Florida State, Vermont. Florida State. Leonard Hamilton's an awesome coach, and that team has great talent. I don't think the Catamounts will put up much of a fight in that one. I think Florida State has a chance to do some damage. Now here we go. Here's our pod here. When I saw, this was the last bracket to be announced, so I knew we were going to be the 3 in this. When I saw Buffalo pop up here, I was like, ugh. I've seen them play a couple of times. They're kind of like Tech's mini-me. They're incredibly intense, really solid defensively. They're going to win this game. No doubt they're going to beat Arizona State or St. John's. They are the real deal. You can see why they were ranked in the lower end of the top 25 for most of the year. Really solid team. And Northern Kentucky is in for a rude awakening. Welcome to the tournament. If you haven't seen Tech play this year, number 1 defensive team in the country by like Ken Palm and all of them. If you haven't played against a team of this caliber of defense, the way we just get after you, it can be a little brutal. So Northern Kentucky is in for a rude awakening. And we lost to West Virginia in the quarterfinals of the Big 12. Played like crap. We kind of actually needed that. Just to kind of recalibrate, get the head on straight going into the NCAA tournament. So I think we're going to be fired up for that game. Okay, Nevada, Florida. I'm going Nevada. Even though they didn't do as well as they could have done this season overall, they are just so loaded in terms of like 6'6" to 6'9" guys that play on the the 3 and 4 positions. They have so many like really big athletic wings. Such a difficult matchup for people. So I'm going Nevada. And of course Michigan. I think they'll easily handle Montana there. Okay. Virginia. It's not going to happen this year. If there's a team that with a mission, it's Virginia this year. I mean, I think this is a team that is going to be on fire and ready to play in the tournament here. I think they're ready to go. Okay, Ole Miss, Oklahoma. That's a tough one. I mean, obviously I've seen Oklahoma play a number of times this year. There's nothing really too exciting to write home about Oklahoma. They're just a team. They don't have any like an elite star player like they've had in the past, like Trae Young last year, and then like Buddy Hield, Blake Griffin in the past. They don't have one of those guys. They're just a team. But I like Lon Kruger as a coach. I think I'm going to go ahead and go Oklahoma, for the Big 12. These 8-9 games are a toss-up anyway. Wisconsin, Oregon. I'm going Oregon. They crushed Washington last night, and they looked really, really good doing it. Wisconsin, they're okay. But Oregon's just on fire right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Oregon there. Kansas State. Yeah, this UC Irvine team is really good. But even if Dean Wade doesn't play for Kansas State, he's been hurt. They are absolutely... They're still a really, really good team. And with Dean Wade in the lineup, they're outstanding. With Dean Wade playing, they're a threat to go Elite Eight, Final Four again. Outstanding team. Let's see. That's a tough matchup for K-State, though, to start off. Villanova St. Mary's. Defending champs against a trendy upset pick. St. Mary's beat Gonzaga in the West Coast tournament. I got to go with the experience and coaching quality of Villanova. I've got to go Villanova. I just don't see them crashing out in the first round. They'll find a way to get it done. Purdue, Old Dominion. Don't know much about Old Dominion. I'm going Purdue, though. We played them last year in the second round of Sweet 16. Tech played Purdue in the Sweet 16. They still have a lot of those players still on the roster. They're really big, and they have really good guard play. That'll play in the tournament, no doubt. Cincinnati, Iowa. Let me check where this is. Columbus. Yeah. When I saw that announced, I'm like, Cincinnati, who is seated way lower than they should be. I think they were like a low 5, solid 6, but they got a 7. In Columbus, yeah, good draw for Cincinnati. I'm going with them, and they're always, Cincinnati's identity has always been rock solid defense that plays well in the tournament. Tennessee, they should have been a number 1. I thought for sure they were going to get that 4th number 1 seed. Obviously, Colgate does not have much of a chance in this one. We're going Tennessee. All right, last region in the first round, Carolina. I was shocked Carolina got that number 1 seed. I thought for sure it was going to be Tennessee, maybe Kentucky. I thought Carolina was solidly on the 2, but they got a 1. Man, I really like the Metro Atlantic teams. I like their, they recruit from like the New York City area, and they're all these like really hard-nosed, tough players, the chip on their shoulder. I like the Metro Atlantic Conference teams, but that's just way too much of a hill to climb for Iona. Utah State, Washington. Utah State's really good. Washington, wow, they look like garbage last night. I mean, in NCAA, the committee punished them clearly by putting them in the 8-9 game. The 8-9 game is basketball purgatory. Because even if you win that game, you're playing the 1 seed next round. So, Auburn, New Mexico State. Very trendy upset pick. But Auburn has really, really solid talent. Bruce Pearl is a great coach. I got to go Auburn. Kansas Northeastern. Kansas, yeah. Iowa State, this game against Ohio State, this is no doubt, unquestioned Ohio State win right here. I mean, they're playing great basketball right now, and they have that. I mean, Shayok, Weiler-Babb, and Wigington. That trio is ridiculous. They have a chance to make a very deep run in the tournament. Houston, Georgia State. Houston. I like this Wofford team a lot. I made a point to watch them play in their conference tournament. Man, you talk about a team that can light it the F up from behind the arc. Wofford. I forget they have this one player who's like a little mini JJ Redick. I forget his name. Maybe he'll become a household name after this game against Seton Hall. Seton Hall lost a couple of really good players off of last year's team, so Wofford, I think they're gonna take care of business. In Kentucky, playing Abilene Christian, I have a soft spot in my heart for Abilene Christian because I briefly lived in Abilene. Because my ex-girlfriend was finishing up her degree from there. And I've been to that campus many times. And while I was there about 10 years ago, they were an NAIA team. Now they're in the NCAA tournament. Congratulations, Abilene Christian. You're going to get obliterated by Kentucky. All right, second round. Duke, UCF, Duke. No doubt about it. Mississippi State, Virginia Tech. Haven't seen these two teams play a lot. I just got to go with the coach, Buzz Williams, Virginia Tech. We'll go chalk on that one. Belmont versus LSU. I'm doing it. I'm going Belmont. Belmont to the Sweet 16. And Minnesota, Michigan State, all Big Ten. Second round game, which is weird. But yeah, Michigan State, no doubt. Okay. Gonzaga, Syracuse. Gonzaga, no doubt about that one. Now, this is an interesting second round matchup. I really like this Murray State team. But Florida State they're so big and athletic, and you know Murray State has one amazing player and a lot of really good players around them, but Florida State can handle. I think they can handle that. And Leonard Hamilton again, terrific coach. So I'm going Florida State. This game scares me. I know we're going to win it. I know it. This is the Tech is the most mentally tough team you could imagine. We're like 4-1 is the team's motto. It came from Chris Beard, used to be an assistant for Bob Knight, and Bob Knight had a saying that the mental approach to basketball is to the physical as 4 is to 1. So our motto is 4-1. That's the ethos of Tech. This is a difficult game right here. Buffalo matches up well with us, but we're not. I just don't see this team falling to Buffalo in the second round. I think we're a minimum Sweet 16 team. Jarrett Culver is going to go off, lottery pick. By the way, while I mentioned Culver, all of you, you guys that collect, modern basketball cards, I'm going to buy some modern basketball cards when the next year's comes around. What is the product that maintains its long-term value the best? Topps Chrome, Bowman Chrome? What is it? Because I want to collect Jarrett Culver rookie cards. Oh, and Zion Williamson too, by the way. So please let me know. Anyway, let's continue on. Michigan over Nevada, no doubt about that one. I really like this Michigan team a whole lot. Virginia over Oklahoma, that's a no-brainer. Now, man, I wish we knew the status of Dean Wade. Because I like Oregon a lot, but man, I've seen Kansas State play a ton this season. They just find a way to get it done. I mean, it's not just Dean Wade. I mean, it's Barry Brown, Kamau Stokes, all those guys, and they just bring it every game. Kansas State. Villanova, Purdue. I'm feeling Villanova in this one. No particular reason why. Purdue brings a lot to the table, but man, just a gut feeling about Villanova. Really no more in-depth analysis than that. And Tennessee over Cincinnati, yeah, that's no question. This Tennessee team is excellent. By the way, coached by Rick Barnes, former University of Texas coach who was fired by them. Where are you at, Longhorn? Where are you at, Longhorns? I don't see you here. That didn't exactly work out for you, did it? Back to the picking. Carolina over Utah State. This is a good Utah State team, but I think Carolina is just too much for them. Auburn, Kansas. I like Auburn in this game. I really like the talent on Auburn's team. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick with Auburn in it. I mean, Kansas is always a threat, but you know, there's like ever since they lost Azubuike, their really good center, this took a lot of the wind out of their sails this year, and there really wasn't a contingency on their team that stepped up to the degree they needed Kansas to step up to win the league. Yeah, I think Auburn's going to win now. I don't think Kansas is going to make it out of the first weekend. I could be wrong. I probably am. There's going to be a lot of red on this bracket in a very short period of time. Iowa State, Houston. Iowa State, man. This is an extremely dangerous team. Extremely dangerous. Wofford, Kentucky. Ooh. Huh. Kentucky. Just the size is too much for a team like Wofford. I think that'll end up, showing up towards the end. Yeah, Kentucky's just too talented for Wofford, I think. Oh, there's the Sweet 16 is set. All right, Duke, Virginia Tech. All ACC matchup. Duke, obviously. We're getting to the point where the wheat is being separated from the chaff here. Belmont versus Michigan State. Oh, man. I think the run ends for old Belmont here. Michigan State. Gonzaga, Florida State. Oh, man. Gonzaga always scares me. You know, if you because they play in their kind of crappy conference, and they play really strong non-conference because they have to, and then they play in their little crappy conference, and then they go into the NCAA tournament. You never know what to expect with Gonzaga. They either lose in the first weekend or go to the Final Four. I'm going Gonzaga. Tech, Michigan. Tech. We're living the dream. Back to the Elite Eight for the second year in a row. You know, I mean, I really do think that loss to West Virginia in the Big 12 tournament kind of recalibrated everything, and we're gonna, clear up the rebounding issues that we had in that game, and really work to get the motion offense working a little bit better, get more open looks, start knocking down some jumpers. I think we'll be okay. Virginia, Kansas State. Even with Dean Wade, I really feel like after last year losing to UMBC, that Virginia's a team on a mission. So I think they'll take out Kansas State there. Villanova, Tennessee. I got to go Tennessee. Man, a lot of chalk. Carolina, Auburn. I'm going Carolina. That's a toss-up game for me, man. But just Carolina's talent will probably win out in the end. Wow, all 4 number 1 seeds making it to the Elite Eight. I'm probably wrong on this. Okay, Iowa State, Kentucky. You know what? I gotta go Iowa State in this. I cannot tell you how dangerous this team is when they're on. They can put up 85 plus points on anyone in the country at any given time. They're an incredibly dangerous team. And yeah, I think I'm gonna give Iowa State a chance there. Okay, now we're in the regional finals. Duke, Michigan State. I gotta go Duke. Zion Williamson, you are ridiculous, kid. You are ridiculous. Okay, Gonzaga Tech. Woo! You know what? It's my bracket. It's my bracket. I'll do what I want with it. Final 4, baby. Let's go. Let's go. There's a legitimate, if we can get to this point, to the regional final and play Gonzaga, Gonzaga has not seen a team in 2-3 months, which brings the level of defensive intensity that Texas Tech brings. They just haven't. You're playing your West Coast Conference opponents for the last 2 months, and exclusively your West Coast Conference opponents, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're playing against, they would have had to beat Syracuse and Florida State before us. But still, the point remains. Tech brings it on the defensive end of the ball stronger than anyone in the country. All of the data metrics say that is true. So I'm living the dream, baby. Rematch against Duke from earlier in this season where Duke beat us. Not by much, but they beat us. Let's see. Virginia, Tennessee. Good game, man. Good game. I really do like this Tennessee team a whole hell of a lot. I'm going Tennessee. Man, that is a toss-up game if I ever saw one. Virginia is much better offensively this year than they were last year. But, man, this Tennessee team is so balanced across the board. I really like their team a whole hell of a lot. Carolina, Iowa State. I don't know. I think the run ends for Iowa State here. I'm going Carolina. Okay, Final Four. Duke Tech. Guns up, baby. You know what? I have to have some level of realism. Yeah, I gotta go Duke. I mean, yeah, let's go Duke. Jeez. Hey, I'm living the dream with Tech going to the Final Four. If we can just advance one more round than the previous year, I'm good. Just getting to the Final Four would be just incredible. Tennessee, Carolina. Ooh. Duke, Carolina in the final? Jeez. But I got to go. I'm going Tennessee. I'm going Tennessee. I really like that team a whole lot. Well coached by Rick Barnes, who apparently sucks, so he had to be fired from University of Texas. I mean, he obviously sucks. Right, UT fans? Right. Anyway, Duke, Tennessee, Duke. My national champion is Duke. I think this Zion Williamson kid, he's like, he has the talent, to me, he has the talent of LeBron, but without the passive aggressive narcissism and with a killer instinct that LeBron has never had. That's who he reminds me of. I don't think there's anything that could stop Duke this year. Now that Zion's back and they're rolling, I think it's going to be Duke in the end. Okay, tiebreaker. Pick the final score. Let's go 84-77. Boom. There it is. My bracket is complete. What? Service unavailable? Come on. There we go. I don't know what happened there. Well, let's see. There it is. By the way, I do one bracket. I'm not one of those people that creates like 47 brackets and then picks all these crazy upsets and then goes, oh, I had that pick in one of your 47 brackets. No. We don't play that game. We get one bracket in this thing. Well, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Like trying a little something different with the webcam and, breaking out OBS Studio with the webcam and the USB mic. Hope you enjoyed this little, this different view on my videos. Anyway, I had fun doing this. I'm really excited about the tournament, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye-bye.